Today is June 22nd. The Yankees beat the Rays in the Trop. I believe they're now 4-3 against the Rays in the Trop, 7-3 against the Rays on the season. I love it. I hate Taylor Walls. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, presented to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake, and behind the glass, but he's actually in front of the glass, we have producer BBD. As I said, brought to you by SeatGeek. Couple of announcements off the top. One, listen to this quote by Boone.
Aaron, a lot of cheering in the clubhouse again. What was it about that belt presentation that had everybody going?
Trevi was good. Trevi gave a good speech. Wandy gave it out to him, and that's always interesting.
Love Wandy Peralta. Yeah. Got the whole room going. I've decided that we're going to bring the energy on Talkin' Yanks because I was at Dunkin' Donuts the other day and on Monday morning, and a guy said hi to me and showed me his phone, and he was listening to the podcast, and I said, oh my God, you're listening to that now? We were so tired when we recorded that because it was like a midnight episode. And he was like, yeah, you guys sound sleepy. And I was like, that stinks. People listen in the morning when they need energy. So we got to bring the energy now, Jake, and not be sleepy. Also, the Yankees are good, so they deserve our energy. Also, we're going to be doing a Yes App broadcast, and they did a whole announcement today for us, and that was awesome. And there was another reason, but I forget what it was. I'll throw it to you, and then we'll get back to it. How are you?
James, Davis, everyone live with us on 11:33 on a Wednesday night. Yankees continue to be great. They come back against the Rays in the Trop. Judge 2 homers, one literally like over the rings. Like we didn't know that. I didn't know there was an over the rings home run. Trevino, like a legend at this point. And Jim, you know my old nickname, the human espresso shot.
I thought it was the flying salami.
So I've got to bring that energy. A lot of people eat salami in the morning to get going.
Well, a lot of people from where you're from.
It's the espresso of the meats.
A lot of people in your family tree, which is really just salami tree.
It's just a family of salami.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hanging meat.
Oh.
So I hope I can be your espresso.
I remember the other thing.
And, dude, we used to do energy apps.
We should do energy
You
apps.
used to, before a couple apps, you'd be like, we're doing an energy.
I know, and I haven't done it in a while.
So I think,
we're bringing
it's game time.
Bringing energy apps back. Usually we fade out halfway through, but we're bringing energy apps back.
We might
And then,
fade.
dude, our office, we have like 40 people in the office now, or like 30 people, or 50 employees, 30 people. And
many people.
They are the happiest office
many
you've
people.
ever seen. Yesterday, every time an employee said goodbye and went home, they got a standing ovation, just like, all right, good job today. Have a good day. Like, we have an incredible office. And we said, they were like, we're a clapping company. I said, Jake and I used to run a clapping podcast.
Yeah.
And Steve, who does accounting for us, is a listener. And he was like, yeah, you guys used to clap all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm so upset that the clapping has gone away. And I want to bring back us being a clapping podcast.
There is a There is a genuine chance we were one of the first clapping podcasts.
You did say that you think we revolutionized. No, you think we proved that you can clap on a podcast.
If I got to bet money on like first 10 podcasts to clap regularly, I would easily make that bet. Top 5, I'd still make the bet. Top 1, there's a chance. We used to clap a lot, and I think we'd normally just look at each other like, this might suck for podcast listeners because we're just literally clapping into a microphone. People kind of like it. We're going to clap.
We're bringing clapping.
We're
Remember how much we used to clap, BBD?
We used to clap.
Like, it was nonstop.
Yeah.
We got to bring clapping back.
Bringing it back.
Awesome. Cool.
Bringing clapping
So that was all of my
back.
announcements at the start
Okay.
that I wanted to get going. The Yankees win. Is my math correct? Are they now have a winning record in the Trop and then they're 7-3 because they split the first series, which was 2-2 in the Trop.
Yeah.
Then they swept them.
Yeah.
So then they were 5-2, and now they go 2-1. So they're 7-3.
The math adds up to me.
All the wins are close. So as much as I want to sit here and be like, the Rays stink, Yankees own them, it's good, but they are really close games, hard fought. The Yankees just are better at winning the battle now.
They're really good, man. Even the loss again, going to give my same losses speech. We actually got the Yes Network stats on it. I think last episode I said like 10 of the 17 Yankees losses have been close. They came out with the actual stat that it's
12 of the 18.
12 of the 18 are by 2 runs or less.
Yeah.
Which is insane, which is unreal. So, again, harping on the loss is kind of funny. In a series where they win 2 games again, they come back in the final one. And, man, you know, the starting pitchers again, well, never mind. I mean, when we talk about Garrett for game 1 was as kind of as special as a dude could be. This team is special. Jose Trevino, man. Like,
yeah.
What? Like, what?
Unbelievable. Career high home runs. And he's how many games has he played?
What?
It's nuts.
Wait, what?
What? No, they just win, man. Like I thought they were going to win game 2, and they were 2 feet away from tying it.
Dude, we even got paraded on. Isaac Paredes.
It's not Isaac?
Cameron Maben said Isaac pretty firmly, so I'm going to follow it.
Baseball Reference has Isaac.
Isaac?
Yeah.
Like if his name was like Edward Socrates?
Like an internet sock.
He hit
An Isaac.
4 homers in what, 5 at-bats?
Are you happy for him?
Kind of.
That's how I felt. It was like, cool. I didn't want him doing it to Nestor. That felt fucked up.
It makes his numbers on the season feel like such funny business, and like the Rays can now almost put it as a notch in their belt. Like, we've done it again, but now I'm over it. Was half happy, now over it.
Okay.
Like the next time I want to see... Nope. Almost said something mean.
You almost said something mean?
And it's a high energy clapping episode.
Don't say anything mean.
Congrats to the kid. Had a big series. Yankees still won.
I like that we knew
Taylor
that was
Walls
going to be a short clap.
Eats bugs. Yeah.
Taylor Walls eats bugs. He's Kiermaier at
big
shortstop.
time. Big time.
You're going to like him. I'm going to dislike him. He's going to hit timely home runs against the Yankees and make outstanding defensive plays. He's Kiermaier at
The
shortstop.
plays he's making at shortstop are gross and timely. And he had 2 hits today. A guy who's hitting 158.
But he gets picked off at third, which is hilarious. Don't get ahead of ourselves. We can't do game 3. We got to do game 1 first.
Okay.
That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
Some housekeeping, which is brought to you by Manscaped, because you got to clean up around there, make sure that your house looks good. Because there used to be lawnscaping.
Yeah.
Out. Actually, do you know that my backyard looks amazing now?
I didn't know that.
Katie, my wife, ran like all the projects.
Okay.
And now, dude, you got to see it.
I got to see it.
We extended the driveway so it can fit the
Dang.
car and the garbage can. Because I used to wheel the garbage can and the curb on the grass.
Right.
And then we have a pathway on the side of the house so I can go from driveway to the side of the house, not have to step in the grass. And then the whole front of the backyard is patioed.
I think the first time I went in your house, I went back door. I had to like sneak in.
Yes, yes. And then
That's my front entrance.
there's walk. Yeah, I enter the back door. That's where,
Manscaped.
because I open the door and the dogs come out. Then we have a deck, and then we have patio steps that lead to the deck. And then for Father's Day, she's getting me a hot tub,
Hello.
which I've been asking for forever.
And she wants you to manscape in that hot tub.
She does. She says, please trim in the tub. She likes hairy hot tubs.
That's her ex-boyfriend, Harry Hot Tub.
Hairy hot tubs, yeah. He's actually selling us the hot tub. We'll get a discount. So you can shave in your hot tub with the Manscaped. I do believe it's waterproof, and they have the Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0. It's the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. They designed this package to allow you to fully align your entire hygiene routine with elite products. Instead, Inside this platinum package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, ultra premium body wash, ultra premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner, ultra premium deodorant, crop preserver, anti-chafing ball deodorant, crop reviver, spray toner, anti-chafing boxers, the Shed travel bag, which Jake uses even when he's home, and Jess doesn't like that, and all this stuff. You can get 20% off and free shipping with code YANKS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code YANKS. Some housekeeping. Albert Abreu's back. They traded him to the Rangers for Jose Trevino. He was out of options, so he would have to be designated if he didn't stay on the team. We realized that during our PPPs that they needed to get some guys in the bullpens with options. So they traded Albert Abreu. They wanted Jose Trevino. He then went to the Royals. The Rangers DFA'd him, and the Royals picked him up on waivers. And then the Royals DFA'd him, and now the Yankees have him. Mm-hmm. I mean, for the Yankees to grab a guy in waivers, every other team has to not want him because they have to be last on the list, right?
Maybe there's rules if you're the team
There might
that
be some
did it or
AL,
something, you
NL
can't get
stuff.
him back. I have no idea.
I forget if he has to go through the whole AL first and then the NL teams get a pass at him. It could be the other way around because an AL team was waiving him.
Dude, I will say the
think that's
Yankees have some sort of sometimes loyalty to these guys. Like this happened with Loizaga and sometimes Rule 5 where he went to the Padres and then they returned him. And then this happened with Nestor. He went to the Mariners and then he was a free agent and the Yankees picked him back up. It's like if a guy goes in their system and it's like a matter of options and then someone snakes him, they still want him back. It
makes sense.
It makes sense,
Still
but it's
like
happened.
you.
But every other team didn't. It's kind of probably feels good for Albert to be back with his buddies.
Yeah, I mean, it's if Albert Abreu is the 15th best pitcher in the Yankees organization and the 15th best pitcher from the Phillies organization, they're both available on waivers, you're kind of going to go with the guy you like unless you really don't like them, but you most likely like them because they were in your organization. So Albert's back. We'll see what's going on. We're thinking we might get the notification during this episode.
Yeah.
That Albert will be on the way up because he doesn't have options, and someone will be on the way down or out.
Yeah, Banuelos would be DFA'd, or Clark or Marinaccio would be sent down. They did use Clark today in a losing effort, which might be a hint, but my guess would be Banuelos.
They used Clark on back-to-back days. Marinaccio pitched 2 of the last 3 coming into today. And Banuelos hasn't pitched since Friday. No options, obviously, so they would potentially lose him. So, yeah, it's, you kind of have it pegged. Clark, I mean, they could spin as kind of maybe they're going to restretch him out or something like that if they need it. Marinaccio has been valuable of late, so it'd be, I don't know, I think that would be a little surprising. It feels like it's down to Clark or Banuelos.
And Banuelos would have to be DFA'd, right?
Yes. So other teams around the league would have the chance to pick him up, and if not, he could and probably would accept assignment with the Yankees. You'd like to think, but we will see.
Albert Abreu made 26, he pitched in 28 games last year for the Yankees, 17 scoreless outings. He had 2 real bad stinkers. One was against the Rays when he just didn't get an out.
He was like late night Albert for 3 weeks there.
Yeah, 3 extra inning appearances. Yeah, it was nuts. So, anything else, housekeeping-wise?
I don't think so, man. We saw a lot of not former faces, but friends we haven't seen in a while because it was in Tampa where a lot of Yankees rehab. Domingo Germán officially started a rehab assignment. I mean, something of note when we forget how much the Yankees did.
Dude,
use
I
that
didn't
guy.
see this.
What's that?
They signed Ryan Weber?
Yeah, that's why he got brought up while we were watching when you said, who said Ryan Weber? I said the Yankees did.
I was excited when he didn't.
Like back to minors, right?
Yeah, but the first
on the
thing was
40,
that he was opting for free agency.
Yeah.
Like not accepting the assignment,
Checked it
opting for
out.
free agency.
Well, yeah, he wanted to see if any teams wanted him.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
To make room on the 40 for Abreu, they designated David McKay for assignment.
Yeah, two-way McKay, which I saw some people playing the spy card. Like if he goes back to Tampa, David McKay was just a spy or a figment of our imagination, kind of a riding situation. But yeah, Herman is like officially starting a rehab, so something to keep tabs on, especially when, some of the names in the back of our bullpen right now are Marinaccio and Banuelos.
And then they picked up a shortstop, Chris Owings, who's had a decently long.
Yeah, played a lot of Major League Baseball, versatile. We saw Johnny Loizaga, who's starting his throwing program. We didn't see Chappie. We saw Zach Britton talking to Susan Waldman.
Posting up, standing his ground.
Standing as tall as you can.
Yeah.
Short man posture.
Chest out, chin up, 10 toes on the ground.
The human meat espresso can tell you full height Zach Britton.
She was asking some hard-hitting questions.
Espresso.
Why'd they pick up Chris Owings?
Why not?
Well, who's that? Is there room for him at AAA? He was on Baltimore.
Would Jose Peraza might have an opt-out come in July 1 or something?
He's got the nickname CO, so maybe it's to get the guys a little hype.
No, I don't think that's it.
No, that wouldn't add up, huh?
I don't think that's it at all. Good try.
Yeah.
Good attempt. Is Greg Bird still playing for AAA? Oh, man.
It's a slippery slope.
Dude, that's a slippery. He's got 390.
There's a guy named Jake Bird in the majors?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
What the hell?
I think one of Bird and Ronald Guzman also has an opt-out coming, if not already passed, which is why they did the Jake Bowers thing. I don't know.
You're upset that there's a Jake Bird on your rocks and you didn't even know about it?
Not going to let that
phase you in this high energy app?
affect my high energy up.
Okay.
He's a UCLA guy. We're so different.
All right. Well,
All right.
they got Jose Peraza, Oswald Peraza, Ronald Guzman. They got a lot of guys. I guess they don't have a third baseman. Is Andujar still in AAA right now? Healthy?
I think so.
I would guess some combination of Jose Peraza, Bird, Guzman. Probably someone else has a minor league opt-out in their thing because they have service time.
That stinks for Andujar. Is he hitting in the minors since he getting sent down?
Chris Owings. Okay.
Yes. 308 batting average, 386 on base. Trade Andujar or something, man. That's sad. That stinks.
Who wants to be traded?
He's better.
He wants to be traded. The energy came down when I realized Andujar's just trapped down there.
Let's get away from it.
Let's get away from it. Let's burn game one.
it.
Let's burn game one, Jake. Are you ready?
And I don't think about as you.
Do you have a burn ready?
Yeah.
You wrote one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Burn, Jakey, burn.
Drop it like it's hot as the Rays host the Yankees in beautiful Tropicana Field. Dumpy. Top one, HR to the Rizzo. That's the anthem. Put the damn run up. That was the only run until the 7th. Garrett Cole was feeling like a parent telling their kids they can't do that. No. 7.1 innings pitched, 1 hit from Gareth. Yanks score their second on as Choi can't squeeze it. But the Rays get it. Going to tie the game on Manny's infield single. Put 3 A's in Aaron with his RBI triple. Hicksy scores Donaldson. Sack fly by Trevino. Good fortitude by the Yankees to make it 4-2. Cole to Holmes to Daddy Wandy. Yankees take game 1 and win 4-2 final.
We've talked about this on the midweek episode a little bit, but for those that don't listen to that, we can do it again a little bit. Great burn, by the way. Hell of an opening line. I liked it. Garrett Cole flirts with a no-hitter. Yankees have done that a bunch. We discussed that. Rizzo, the homer in the first inning off of McClanahan, is nice because get him early because you're not going to get him often. If someone's on, that's better, but we'll take it. And then Cole and McClanahan give the people what they want, which is a pitcher's duel. And that's cool. All right. So the big decision, the big topic from this is that Cole loses the no-hitter. He gives up the single to Isak. That just sounds like. Never mind.
We're doing game 1, right?
Am I not at game 1?
Isak's game 2.
Didn't he break up the no-hitter?
Oh, he broke up the no-no, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Paredes singled. Man, what a series.
What a series for the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Josh Lowe flies out, but it's to deep, deep center.
Right. Cole thought it.
And Cole thought it was out, and I kind of, I
Had a
think
chance.
everyone was like, ugh.
Depending on what ball you grabbed out of the bucket, could have been out.
Yeah. So they take Garrett Cole out at that point. I guess let me just pause there. Do you have any qualms with sending him out for the 8th? Absolutely no. I saw some people saying that. It's like you're just being annoying. And then taking him out after the fly ball, that was exactly how my brain worked.
Yes, the Rays had their 9-hole coming up. Mejia, they end up pinch hitting Mejia pinch hits for Pinto. Yeah, you have to yank Cole there. He almost just gave up a 2-run homer after blowing, the no-no ending. You talk about that momentum switch a lot. So no, I mean, he's obviously going out to start the inning. And then, yeah, man, I saw you were getting in the weeds a little bit with Holmes coming in. I think some people were confused by that. I was not. Seemed to make sense in my head. I believe King had pitched 30 pitches the night before.
2 nights before.
Yes, 2 nights before.
So he was out. He was unavailable.
So, yeah, and Holmes, he pitched 15 pitches Saturday, but he didn't pitch the 2 days before that. Clay Holmes has multi-inning in him. He's done it this season. So, and with how good he's been, and how less than mid the Rays lineup is, yeah, I mean, I was just kind of like, okay, Holmes is going to come in for 1.2. Bingo bongo. He ends up having a tougher day at the office than he's had in recent days. And when I say that, Mejia hits a double. Fine. Good for you, kid. And then Margot hits the infield single.
64 mile per hour exit velo.
An electric baseball player, Manny Margot. He puts it in the perfect swinging bunt spot. Clay makes a robot horse effort to try to make the play, even though there was really no chance. Which
throws
ends
it
his
away.
Streak.
Yeah, it ends his.
Yeah,
it ends his streak even though it was in. Oh yeah, Mejia was his. Yeah.
It was his. So, and then he walks Choi after that on 5 pitches. You're getting a little nervous, but he ends up punching Randy. But yeah, at that point he had thrown a lot of bullets that it's kind of like, okay, so it's a tie game. Now we're going top 9. Like, would Clay come back out? Who's the other option in the bullpen? Hicksy with the huge triple. A lot of a lot of big hits in this series, huh?
No, it was a bunch of good games.
Yeah.
What's Mejia's first name?
I think it's Francisco.
Francisco. I'm trying to find that double again because I forget what the pitch looked like. I have it up. I can throw it up here. Do we still have the ability to put this on screen?
Wandy.
Because obviously the swinging bunt, whatever. Can't really do anything about that.
Baseball Susan, as they say.
It was down the line, right?
Down the line past Rizzo.
I got to listen to the Rays broadcast.
What?
Grounded and past Rizzo down the right field line.
I got to tell you, if he doesn't swing at that pitch, a 2-2 pitch like that, look at this. It's center, and then it would end up, like if that kept going, look at Trevi's glove.
Yeah.
Would have ended up, out there, I think we'd be like, what a nice pitch.
Yeah.
So I think you got to credit him with a
No, I mean, Clay Holmes'
nice hit there.
sinker is basically blitzball.
But, I mean, some people were surprised about that because they think the closer is the closer. The closer is the closer. But I like this new – a lot of other teams have done this. It really started with Andrew Miller on the 2017 Indians when they're like, no, he's our best arm out of the bullpen, so we're going to give him the best –
Toughest guys to get
toughest guys, the highest leverage guys, and maybe 2 innings. I don't think we need to do 2 innings for Holmes right now. But if he had to do 5 outs here, I'm fine with it. And he gets ground balls, and a double play would have ended the inning. So you're talking about potentially, likely, he got a ball on the ground. It was just fucking roped. You get that inning-ending double play, and then he can pitch, and then he gets 3 outs in the 9th. So, yes, I saw a lot of people upset about it. Some before it happened, so credit to them for not just being second-guessers. But my only thing that I saw some people say that I'm not sure is that.
So who would have come in? Wandy? You go Wandy, then Holmes?
Mm-hmm. Or Clark. They said Wandy and Clark were the 2 options there. So, and it was Mejia, Yandy, Margot. So you have, what's their handedness? Well, they pinch hit Mejia.
Right. Who I think is switch or lefty.
Yandy's a righty.
Margot's a righty.
And Mejia's switch. You're right. So it's...
What up?
So you're not going to go Clark there if he's your option versus righties. So, yeah, it's a good move. I'm fine with it. Didn't work out, whatever. And then Hicks comes through with the big hit. And I talked about that last episode, that I'm starting to feel little itches of like I'm not sold or solid, or I'm not guaranteeing that he gets back to a great form, but I'm rooting for it more now because he's come through in the clutch a couple times and showed a little bit of fire that he was talking about beforehand, like have a little fuck you in you and all that stuff. So,
and
good game.
We did a little bit on the Yes app on Hicksy, so maybe go check that out if you want.
Yeah, the Rays threw a guy named Calvin Falker.
Okay.
Oh, it's not Calvin Fucker. It's Calvin Fauché.
Okay.
Calvin.
The second time you pronounced it sounded like we'd have to bleep it.
Falker?
The time after Falker.
Fucker?
Like, there it was.
Oh.
That
Some people have interesting names, you know?
Sure do. Colin Poche? What's your name?
So they have a Poche and a Fauché?
Yeah. Brooks Riley?
And they have like 3 lows?
Shane Boz?
I hate the Rays, dude.
Yeah.
Shane Boz. He thinks that if we were to rate his name, he'd get an 8 through 10. And it's not an 8 through 10.
9.8 is what he'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Boz is weird.
Yeah. And it's spelled Baz, but pronounced Boz, so.
You'd need a longer first name than Shane.
Shane Nanuel. Bobby Boz.
Bertrand Boz.
Bertrand. Birch Smith. Them's be fighting words.
It's 11:59. Don't say Birch Smith.
That's the only time you can say it. The day's about to end.
Yeah.
You get it out and you start anew.
Gone.
All right, let's do game number 2. We're gonna burn it. Jake's gonna burn it. And
Ew.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Burn, Jakey, burn, Jakey, burn.
Joe's McFly and the Yankees would try to wet their beaks against Jalen and the Rays as the Yanks would try to get nasty with Nestor on the bump. There will be a parade for Yankee fans this year, but no Paredes today as Isak has a 3-homer day. But these Yankees have fight. Hell, I caught me a Marwin 2-run homer by Marwin. But that's it. That's all as Judgy sends one to the track. Yakety yak. Don't talk back. Yanks come up short. 5-4 final.
Did you ever have a yak back?
Yeah.
Those are cool. You think you can buy one on eBay right now?
Yes.
You know what a yak back is, BBD?
Not in my book.
It was peak technology.
Yeah. So $33 on eBay. That's pricey, dude. So it was this thing, and you would record yourself saying something, and then it would play it back.
It's not a joke.
And sometimes you could play it in reverse, though. So you could say, stop. And then it would record that, and then it would play
The
pots.
technology revolution is like really messed up.
Yeah.
Because that used to be cool.
No, that was a thing. People had those. You would like run around school, and then like 5 years later, you could do whatever you wanted.
Like, dude, we should almost get one of those and like put it in front of all the young people at the company and say, like, what do you think this is?
Yeah.
Wait, you just talk into it?
You think there's videos of like, this is a commercial for the Yak Bag?
I can't watch that right now.
If it was 15, oh dude, I want to watch those really bad though. I won't watch it now. Okay. Yakety sack.
Yankees lose. Nestor gets hit a little bit. Mostly Isak goes nut job.
Yeah, when a guy goes off like that, you just go, whatever, he's having a day. I felt bad for Nestor. They were squaring Nestor up pretty good.
Well, and the other thing that was pretty ridiculous, so Paredes clips him in the first, and you're like, good. All right, dude. And Nestor, I don't know. I would love to talk to Nestor, obviously. He was trying to do a little more funk. I don't know if he thought the Rays were on him, or I don't know if he thought he didn't have his ace stuff.
I think that was like the third inning he started doing that stuff.
Yeah,
more.
well, and so Paredes gets him, and then Harold Ramirez,
It was Ramirez.
he hits a unicorn of a home run, which means the only stadium it would have been a home run in was Tampa, which kind of funny. The Red Sox and Yankees get their shit for their ballpark dimensions. Tampa just dodges it because they play in a big garbage
They get
can.
shit for other stuff.
Yeah, they play in a big garbage can. So
They're paying fans $15,000 to come watch them play, is what I heard.
it's nuts of the opposing team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, once that happened, it's kind of like, come on, dog. And then, yeah, Nestor didn't look as sharp. Like you said, Nestor's a two-pitch pitcher, and he kind of, his game plan. Like, he's kind of throwing that up-and-in slider thingy to righties, sometimes throwing it 90, sometimes throwing it 81. And it just felt like he wasn't fully getting there, and the Rays were kind of getting the head of the bat on it.
So, looking at Nestor's Savant here, they didn't have a single swing and miss on the cutter or the slider, and that is fishy when they're able to just isolate a pitch. So maybe there was something going on, and hopefully that gets cleared up and whatever.
Didn't seem like his day, whether on his end or the Rays' end, or maybe a little of both. And then Rays went full bullpen day. They got to Beeks, which was kind of cool. They yanked Beeks with 2 outs. DJ gets the big hit against Armstrong. That you're like, okay, 2-2 game. We just foiled the opener. That's good. And then
You like foiling things?
I guess so. I didn't think that was
Like
a
if I
word
was
I'd
to throw a
use.
surprise party, put like blood, sweat, and tears into it, fly out your relatives, and you just
Foiled
foil
your
it.
plans.
Yeah.
Paredes has a 3-homer day, dude. I don't know. And kind of the cool part of a loss, which I didn't think I'd say as much ever on Talkin' Yanks, but they're there. Marwin hits
the homer on a high 2-strike fastball,
which was so funny because the Yankees were in pure get Judge up to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hicks got out, and he wasn't mad he got out. He was mad he didn't get on for Judgy. And then Marwin is kind of in a similar spot, and instead he just hits a big ol', and I believe it was 3-2, or no, it was 2-1. A 2-1 homer that brings up Judgy. First pitch, fastball, puts a good swing on it. He's got, I think coming into that at bat, he was 2 for 3 versus Poche with 2 homers. He puts his ace swing on it. He just misses it. It doesn't get out. Rays survive the Yankees. And Jim, on the pregame show.
Yes.
We did, well, actually not on the pregame show. On the episode of Talkin' Yanks we did previous to this game, I told you guess the lineup was going to be a mess.
It was a mess.
And it was. They sat Judge, which I think 20 games in 20 days. I think his new center field usage. I think the Trop. I do think the Astros series coming up played a slight factor that he sits this game. So, I mean, any game you're not playing your MVP, that's tough. It makes it tougher to win the game.
Yes. And wait. Oh, fucking shyster.
What's up, man?
2 homers for Judge in game 3 after he gets sat. Isn't that 3 times now where he's been benched and then homers as soon as he comes back? And aren't 2 of them double homer days?
Yes.
Did they talk about it on the broadcast? We were kind of chatting the whole
so.
game. That's a 3
chatting.
times is a thing.
And by the way, the first one was the Orioles game that he should have 3, right?
Yeah.
It hit the top of the wall.
I also wasn't on Twitter that much because we were having a good time. We were hanging out in the studio.
Tweet something out. I think people appreciate it.
I got it. Should I find the numbers? Do you think Katie Sharp tweeted it?
I think you're first on this, dude.
That's why I said holy shyster.
Oh, we heard.
Feo in the chat says Katie Sharp was all over that on Twitter. She had several tweets about it.
I'm pretty sure you were first.
Yeah, dude, I might have been first. Let me just go through her.
If Katie Sharp wasn't first.
Yes, they said it multiple times on the broadcast.
Dude, guys, we were chilling in the studio, having a lot of fun with our buddies.
We noted this on our own.
Katie Sharp, yesterday was the 4th game that Judge didn't start this season. In the 4 games immediately following, including tonight, Judge is 8 for 15 with 5 homers. I mean, do you need to sit him sometimes?
Ooh, interesting.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you sit him in the last game of the season?
Yes.
Well, the Yankees are going to have off.
Let's wait till we get there.
I mean, here's what I think. Here's the honest test.
Yeah.
The next time the Yankees have a big series coming up, I don't know if it's Boston. I'm not counting the next Jays series, obviously. The next time there's a little gap and then there's a big game, you rest Judge the game before that, and that's the final test.
When's the next time the Yankees have a big game?
Because then if the Yankees have a game 6 playoff game, I think you sit Judge and you just save it for game 7.
What a goddamn joke.
Me?
Yes, you're always joking. No. Oh, the Yankees, tough stretch. I hope they win enough games. 3 against Tampa, 3 against Toronto, and 3 against Tampa.
Yeah. Voice got weird there.
If they went 7-2?
Yeah.
So far, they've gone 7-2?
Yeah.
So when's their next big game? These next 4 against
technically
Houston.
the next 4.
Next 4 against Houston, they haven't seen Houston yet.
After this.
After that,
They got that one rando game against.
you know what? The next big game, if we have to check things off a list, because other than that, it's just get healthy and be in a good rhythm come postseason, and we're that early about it. Kind of. I hope I'm not spoiled, but Cole starting in Fenway. That's the next. That is I need that checked off the list because it's been such a bugaboo for him.
So you're absolutely right. Not to get some lead in your pencil, and we'll see if any.
Impossible, dude.
We'll see if any. It's not impossible.
That's, impossible. The lead poisoning.
BBD mentioned the one weird game in Houston. We have their one outlier game as we rearrange the schedule. Right now,
That's going to be a joke of a game.
Right now it's lined up to be Cole and Verlander.
But we're pretty far out.
It's Houston, Oakland, and then that weird game. So,
dude, I don't
think that's anything that you test theory with because it is going to be bizarre. But the fact that it's Cole Verlander,
I would guess it's not going to be Cole.
You think they
just like it's a Wednesday and then you fly to Houston, you fly out.
But Cole gets to fly out early probably, which he's about that.
Yeah, but okay, it might be Cole, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're like, hey, we're calling Sears up to start the 1 in Houston because we're just going to use it as it's like when they had the off day, the 2 in Arizona and the off day, and they just completely used it as a rest series.
I think they would use that. They would do an Oakland game because the Yankees as a team would be pretty pissed. Think about who the Yankees are this year. If for one game against Houston they called up Sears for a spot start.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
We'll
just
see.
it's a long
We'll
stretch.
see.
What if they do good in these 4 games? Then maybe they treat that as a joke, just as like a spite you. But we'll see. They got to beat Oakland or Houston. Houston's a good team, and there's going to be 4 of them. Someone said their next Boston series are big. You were probably saying these Toronto and Tampa ones are big. Nothing matters, dude. The Yanks win.
Well, I think you started with the next Boston series.
No, just Cole start at Fenway
Cole starts
Gotcha.
specifically.
Gotcha.
because
win the
he
game,
hasn't
right.
pitched well in Fenway,
Right.
and I want to cross that off the list.
Okay.
All right, that was game 2. Weird lineup.
I just click away from where I want to be. Sure was.
Sure was. You ready for game 3?
Give me like 2 minutes and just don't talk during that time.
That's a long time.
That sure is a lot of dead air.
No, I'm good. It's cool.
Okay.
No, it's cool.
Game number 3. On your mark, get set, go.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, as Monty and the Yanks would try to take the yellow brick road to a series win versus Tampa with the big lefty on the hill. Make this parade stop. Isak does it again. 1-0 Rays. Brutal Bruhan. It's 3-0 Rays. Damn. But Tampa was getting judged more than a gossipy table at a high school lunch. 2 homers from Big Aaron Judge. After 7, it's 4-3 Tampa. Hit the music, Trevino. Let the rhythm take you over, Trevino. Te quiero. Winning homers. Jose Trevino puts the Yankees up 5-4. Monty to Schmidt to King to Holmes. The Yankees and Joe's McFly steal victory from Tampa as they win 5-4 and take the series 2-3 final plus 15K.
Wow. Why would the Yankees have lost this game? No doubt in anyone's mind. No, not a scare. I mean, it was a little bummer when they left bases loaded twice,
Yeah.
but whatever. It's just traffic. I mean, you'll get them through eventually. Trevino hitting another 2-strike, a 3-2 pitch
Yeah.
out.
3
Obviously,
straight sliders, I think.
he is the Yankees. He's the pulse of the Yankees. He is a hero.
Jimmy, let me close.
You know what Trevino is?
Okay.
Now let me take you back to a movie called Miracle,
Okay.
which is based on the true event, which
Right.
I'm actually talking about.
The 1980 U.S. men's hockey team, right?
Yeah, there's a documentary about it, and the Russians, they see the pure joy that the Americans have after they win. Screaming, yelling,
Yep.
dancing.
Uh-huh.
And the Russians say that they watched and they marveled and they said, oh, that's what it's supposed to feel like to win. Because they were just winning nonstop, and they were kind of just like it was their military job, basically.
Right.
A lot of pressure. That's what Trevino's is doing for the Yankees. They're like, oh, we are supposed to be little kids playing a man's game.
Yeah, there's
He's a passion player. He's
Bill Simmons is a basketball guy, but he very much believes in, like, there's a formulaic value to every basketball team. It's your star players. There's a couple veteran guys. There's role guys that know their stuff. There's young guys. There's guys that are super hungry, and, like, you need kind of all that in the pot to fuel each other. Like, the super hungry guy always pushes the star player. Like, the overachiever, like, the team kind of loves him because he's that guy. Dude, the Yankees hit every chord, man. You go up and down the team, and whether, Cole to Nestor, like Tyone in kind of a prove-it contract year that we don't talk about a lot. Jose Trevino and what he's doing, like all the Texas Rangers playing on a winning team. Like we've talked about that briefly, but, it's different. It's summertime on the Jersey Shore. It's different.
It's different. Every night's different.
I want to say a couple things about the Rays before we stop talking about them for a while.
I
Is that
hate
all right?
them.
I'm not going to point to injury.
Well, no, I mean, they had a lot. They lost 2 more bats. It's like 5 bats on the bench now.
They are missing Wander Franco, Kiermaier, Brandon Lau, and Zunino, which a lot of Rays series, those are guys we end up pointing at and be like, that MFer got us again. And they're like, Jake with the accents. They're missing I mean, some guys they knew they were going to be missing. Tyler Glass now, Yanni Chirinos, remember him? Luis Patino's out. Drew Rasmussen, who's been really good for them. In their bullpen, Nick Anderson, JT Chagua, Pete Fairbanks, JP Fires, and Andrew Kittredge. So there are Rays series when we've talked about literally all those guys a lot. That being said, a lot of teams have to deal with injuries. Some of those injuries were coming into the season. And right now, man, maybe later in the season we see a different Rays team. Look at their bullpen and look at their lineup. I know they've been playing us really tough, and that's kind of Rays baseball, like a little bit of kudos to them. But this Rays team is thin right now.
They're also a wild card team. The Yankees
Right.
are just so much better than the field right now that, there's 10 teams in the AL saying, I wish I had that record.
Yeah. Would they say it like that?
That was the Royals.
Yeah. I think we all thought so.
Yeah. I don't like looking at the names of Rays players,
Okay.
so I gotta get off this page.
Okay. The Rays would be out of the playoffs as of today.
Oh, they just knocked them out?
Cleveland jumped Minnesota. The Twins would be the last wild card.
Twins and Minnesota would both be in the wild card?
Twins and Cleveland.
Would they be playing each other, and the Yankees would not play the winner of them? Astros would play the winner of those two?
I would have to look at it. I'm not sure. Right now, Twins would be the worst team in the playoffs. Red Sox second worst.
I believe that would mean Yankees get theoretically if playoffs were today winner of Cleveland, Minnesota.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fired up.
I mean, that's a path to the ALCS. Cool. All right.
Winning.
Anything else about this game? Decisions. They bring Clark in. They take the lead in the 9th. No, that was
8th.
yesterday's game. 8th, and they're really good.
Yes, I do. There was a moment in this game, and man, talk about trust levels. The Yankees bullpen is thin right now. I know we've been saying this a lot, and the Yankees keep rolling, and it hasn't bit us in the butt at all. Right now, there's 3 guys that you really trust coming out of the Yankees pen. Clay Holmes, Mike King, and Wandy. Miguel Castro was warming up when the Yankees were down. When the Yankees went up, they got King up. So that's kind of where we're at with Miguel Castro right now. Wandy pitched back-to-back days, so he was out. Clay through the 25. That was on Monday? Yes, because the Yankees lost. So he comes in and saves this game. But, yeah, I mean, there's an inning there with Clark Schmidt that ideally, if Johnny Loizaga and Chapman around, or, back to Chad Green, like, that would be an inning that a more experienced reliever you'd have in that spot. Clark survives and allows the Yankees to come back. So, good on Clark.
They had
Let out a little roar.
They had Castro coming up, and that would have not been great. And then they pivot to Clay, and then Clay gets it done.
King to Clay.
Pivot to King, sorry, yes. And King threw a pitch that you liked.
King threw a pitch I liked?
Maybe that was you. Maybe that was Max or Gabe. There's one, or maybe it was BBD. One pitch, someone in our room spoke up.
Gabe.
And was like, that was a nice pitch from Kinger.
Kyle says Gabe reminds him of a young me. Kyle doesn't know I've always been chunky.
And loud. Not loud,
Not
but
always
and
loud.
joking. Always joking.
Yeah, Gabe jokes a lot.
He does?
Gabe's pretty often joking.
Gabe's joking.
Like Jake's
a lot.
always joking.
Maybe Gabe was preoccupied today in the stream launch. He was just chatting. He wasn't joking.
He's like me. He knows his lane a
Picks
little
his
bit.
spots.
But
Every time I
you're
talk to him, I'm
he's a
laughing.
jester? Because you're a jester.
Gabe can jester. Wasn't Gabe the one doing all those home run things?
I think so.
What
Like the home run off the butt and stuff?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like in the room.
Yeah.
Like a young you. You were just dancing all the time.
No.
Yeah.
When I was in a room of our friends, if I was in a room of people
At a random
15 years older than me, I'd
I used to tell people that
smile and look cute.
anywhere we go, a circle would form around you, and you would be dancing in the
I would
middle of
say
it.
anywhere we went.
Supermarket.
See, that never happened.
Jake and I had some fun supermarket shopping trips together. We used to just,
What?
well, we just instead of unloading the cart into our van, we just picked up the cart and put it in the back of the van, and then we took the shopping cart and carried it up to the kitchen and unloaded it in our kitchen, and then we drove it back.
Brought it back.
Yeah, but it was like peak laziness.
Yeah.
Take out the bags and then
It's
carry
a
them all
lot
up.
of it's a lot of work to be lazy.
Yes. I would say lazy.
I respect.
It's just
No, it was lazy. It was a lot of bags.
Making a
Or it was
scene.
just like we wheeled. Yeah, whatever. We also had this big ass empty van, which was awesome.
That's cool.
Let's go to the second half of the show.
yeah.
Brought to you by.
You have that sound clip that we got before the show? Maybe we should
Yeah.
play that to lead us into this.
Yeah, okay. Second half of the show is brought to us by
Yeah, fuck a dolphin, yeah.
Joe's McFly.
Athletic Greens. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Joe's McFly's lost a little bit of weight. Good for Joe's.
Yeah, down from.
Summer of Joe's.
I had to swallow that one. I'm
Okay.
going to say down from 400 pounds.
That's not the number. That's not what the number was. That's not close to what the number was. We all
That's
know
a
it.
fib.
That's not
That's
cool.
a fib.
It's a fit.
I swallowed it. I didn't say
Jimmy,
it.
Athletic Greens. You may be familiar from our company. Athletic Greens has been with us for a little while now. You may be familiar with that Athletic Greens from anywhere. These guys are all over the place. And why? Because it's easy, it's healthy, it's delicioso. With one scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, and probiotics to help you start your day right. The special blend of ingredients support your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. Literally all the things. They're constantly improving their formula based on the latest science and third-party testing recommended by professional athletes. Are they talking about me? Maybe. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Yanks. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Yanks to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. athleticgreens.com/Yanks. Skunk in the barnyard. P.U. Skunk in the barnyard. It's you.
Is that your first award? Because we're not even at that part of the show.
Not even close. Dog.
We're not at the part of the show. What was the skunk song that you used to sing that would get stuck in my head a lot?
Oh, I'm going to tweet at Jose Trevino. Great game.
Nice. Cool. What was the skunk song?
What skunk song?
You had a skunk song when you lived in Milford. It used to get stuck in my head.
Dead skunk in the middle of the road?
No, it was like...
That's my dad's song.
Cause of that skunk.
Living in fear of that skunk.
Yeah,
Because
that-
we had a skunk in our backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Living in fear of that skunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see it stuck in my head a lot.
Good song.
Yeah, it's a good jingle. Sup? You want to do
Pride.
the first award that we do?
First round.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Jimmy.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the
Okay.
Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
I messed up, so I had to overcorrect.
No.
You get to go first,
Jimmy,
Satan worshiper.
this one is easy for me.
Okay.
James,
Is it really? I haven't even thought about it. Why is it so easy?
because if the real ones know how I pick my Pride of the Yankees,
Blindly.
messed up. Beebs. Kind of true. No, Jim, originally Pride of the Yankees came from my emotion while recording the podcast.
Yeah.
And James, we're in the 8th inning, down 2 runs. And who steps up but the Magic Man?
Wait, are you really doing this?
Jose Trevino.
Are you really doing that?
I'm doing it.
I can pivot.
I mean, sorry, dog. It's literally been the show the whole time. You can't fully pre-plan all your stuff because that takes away from my stuff.
I knew his devil worshipping was gonna come back.
The guy hit the game-winning homer that determined our whole emotion of this series.
It's not pride of the last game, you know?
I know. It's what it decided the whole series. 2 minutes ago, you're going, I don't even know who's proud of the Yankees. I didn't even really look at I don't even know who's proud of the Yankees.
That's a trick, dude. That's a trick I do to trick you.
Fuck. Jose Trevino. Jim, can I give you some stats?
Sure.
Here's one.
Yep.
Game-winning homer today. Not really a stat.
Nice.
Jimmy, coming into today.
Lit you up in floorball.
Lit me up in floorball.
Yeah.
Kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
I didn't have a regulation mask.
Okay.
If I could have used the mask, I think I would have made a couple saves.
No.
Jimmy, it's funny you mentioned that. You piece of shit. Jose Trevino, since visiting our office, coming into today, is hitting .361 with a .429 on base and a 1.095 OPS. Before that, he had a .633 OPS, so that's bad.
He went 0 for 20. But he also went 0 for 11 in the 5 games before tonight's game.
That's fine, dude. You got to let it out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to let it out of your system. And he had a walk the other day, and a sacrifice fly in yesterday's game. So, or was that yesterday, or did he play the Cole game?
Cole game. They've been doing every other.
So he caught the Cole game, which the pitcher in that game ended up doing pretty well.
Ever since Higgy started hitting, they went back to every other. Yeah. I'm not terribly upset about it, but he was the starting catcher who's doing 2/3, which is what starter catchers do. But now it's been strictly every other for the last 10 games.
And I think there's some funny business you can do where nobody's caught back-to-back days in a while. So he caught days before and after off days, but whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, Jose Trevino has been playing a great brand of baseball. His numbers on the season, are pretty wild. He's now 283, 339, and 817 OPS, which the catching position, you heard us say this about Gary for years. These numbers don't really happen. And by the way, he's the best catcher at framing pitches in the game by far. By far. So this guy is a legend.
And he threw out Taylor Walls today, bases loaded, in a bit of a jam, down. If that next pitch has to get thrown and it gets hit or something, you'll be looking at a completely different ball game. Instead, him and Josh Donaldson run a play, and Taylor Walls gets thrown out because JD builds a wall and tags him out before he can reach the base.
And, man, 89 games last year.
Have I told you about?
For Jose Trevino, and he hit 5 home runs. He now has 6 and 45 this year.
Have I talked on here about how I love how he wears his hat backwards underneath his helmet?
You've mentioned it briefly.
Because if you were to take just a picture of him and put it in black and white, it's so funny.
Yeah. He's a catcher.
He's a catcher, yeah. Yeah.
I wonder when he knew that was the only way. Was it age 2 or was it age 17?
I don't know. Good question.
And also, we traded Albert Abreu for him, who's back on the team.
Right. It's weird. Hey, do you want to... I don't get that. Do you want, what would you do here?
Okay.
We've talked about this. This may last. It may not. It may be the next Gio Urshela in the last couple seasons. It may be the next Talkman last one season. It may be the next, Mabin or, I don't know if Mabin's right, but, last a month or two.
Right.
It's a perk if he brings the catching, that's what they're asking
He
for.
probably won't continue to be a 1. OPS guy.
No, but even on the season, he's 790 right now.
He's up after today. It's 817.
So then would you try to wring this out if we're thinking of it as like a heater, or would you just keep going every other?
I think kind of like BBD alluded to, if they've been kind of doing this every other rest day thing, and maybe there's a health side to it, and Higgy's started to contribute on the offensive end, I think it's kind of keep same.
Now that Higgy's going a little bit, like, won't stop now.
Like, I think either way, the way the catching market is, although, Wilson Contreras will be a popular name at the deadline, I think the Yankees are out. They're getting incredible contributions from their catching position at this point. They were basically ready to punt offensively on the catching position, and now they're getting contributions.
And they got Rortvet in the wings.
Right, Rortvet's healing up.
Yeah.
So we'll see him end of August.
Rortvet and Ridings are rehabbing together.
Send Trevi down.
Will Ridings throw a bullpen session with Rortvet?
Yes.
On the rehab path.
1,000%.
Will there be any footage of it, or will it just be
No.
written word update?
No. It'll be one of the kids that do minor league updates. And
the tweet was
actually tell one of them I saw them throw.
And the tweet will be like, I heard Ridings and Rortvet just threw a session together. And that's what, like, not for sure, just I heard they did. And there'll be no footage of it. That'll happen. Are you doing that? Are we starting a whisper campaign? Is that what's happening?
I do want to give the kids
Eli
Fishman.
Yeah.
That kid hustles. I'll give him all the respect in the world.
We met him. He
I
was
do.
awesome.
I will at some point message him this year and say,
I just saw this.
heard Ridings and Rortvet thrown the other day. Their names go together. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's my pride.
We last couple episodes have referenced that. We referenced Yankees position defensive metrics stuff, and defensive metrics are what they are, whatever. Yankees catchers, by far the best team catching by defensive runs saved.
I like it.
By a lot. Number one.
I like that. Okay. My pride of the Yankees, and I've done this before for similar reasons, and I will continue to do it. I do it again. It's Garrett Cole. It's game one in the Trop. There's a tone that needs to be set. Sharing the mound is a Cy Young contender, Shane McClanahan, who gives up a leadoff home run and then locks it down. But what does Cole do? He puts up a no-hit performance into the eighth inning, right? Eighth inning. First batter of the eighth inning, got it? He needed some quick outs. I tweeted, like, hey, in the sixth inning, I think I tweeted it. Like, if he wants to do anything, he needs less than 10 pitch out here. And he got a 7-pitch inning. Then the next inning, it was 10 pitches. I don't know why the Rays were doing that, but it gave me a lot of juice and a lot of emotion, unlike Kluber, even though I have my qualms and my, we get feisty with some of the Cole shit. I still, like, he's a Yankee. He'll be remembered as a Yankee when his career ends. If he throws a no-hitter, I'm going to get amped up. I'm going to enjoy that. So I was into it, and he was really, really good. And I think he went back to basics again and didn't throw the cutter at all. So I'm interested to see how that continues. Slider, fastball mostly. He started mixing up some curves and a couple change-ups, no cutter. And, that fly ball's deep, but it wasn't a complete unraveling. They got him out of there beforehand. So I'm interested to see how, because this is 2 times in a row where Cole pitched the first game of the series, and something that Kay and them have been saying is that the Yankees have been winning the first games of series. They're like, it was like 18-3. It was something crazy, maybe 15-3, which leads to 18. And Kay keeps saying an easy way to win the series if you win game one. So I wanted to pull up just kind of the couple things and see if Cole's pitched a lot of the first games of series, because obviously that's what he's going to do in the postseason. He did with Boston. He didn't do good. And then Detroit, that was his worst start ever. So, but Cole's my pride of the Yankees, man. It's nice to have your ace set the tone like that. And he's got to be top 3 here right now. after Tyone and after Monty and Nestor's games?
So Monty went up to 297. Cole dropped to 314. So they
wow,
still,
Monty still has him. Cole's had some bad starts.
and Nestor still hasn't beat. Nestor's still the leader at 231.
well,
but
yeah, Nestor's 1-9.
One of Cole's inherited runners scored, so
the pack is very tight now. For what it's worth,
What is it good for?
Fangraphs, who measure stuff nerdy style, they have Garrett Cole as the 5th best pitcher in baseball this year. So, and that was after a pretty sluggish start.
Yeah, I probably don't agree with how they measure things.
Yeah, but he's also been pretty damn good.
Not that I'm disagreeing that he's good.
Right.
He's had some rough starts. Like, to have that good of an ERA with 2 complete clunkers of starts.
Well, he kind of only has 1 clunker because that Detroit start, it was 1.2, only 2 earned runs. It's almost like a bad relief appearance. So it is a clunker, but it's not an ERA clunker.
Yeah, okay.
he was bad that day.
That Twins start, 5 homers. He's given up 11 on the year.
That Twin star was nuts.
It's kind of like some of those Twin series aren't real.
I mean, some people thought I was a Looney Tunes take.
Yeah.
And then, like, Gallo went off.
You can make an argument. Hey.
Cole was awful. Why? Gallo's been bad since then. It's Minnesota. Nothing's real there. It's a London series. I just pulled it up. In, like, Cole's, when he pitches the first game against a team, pretty good. Against Rangers, 6.1, 1 earned run. Against the Orioles, this is when he went 8 innings pitched, but allowed 5. Went 8 innings, which helps you for the bullpen the rest of the series, but the 5 isn't good. Tigers, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. Then the Rays, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. And then the Rays again, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. So I think that's something I like monitoring. It's easy to win the series if you win game 1.
Yeah. I won't argue that.
If you did, you'd be a fool.
Yeah. A fool's errand.
So that's my part of the Yankees.
Okay.
And now, I just clicked the wrong app, and I don't want to open Microsoft Word. Why would I ever want to do that?
Microsoft Word.
I don't even know why it's on my computer.
Jeez.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Kind of want to give it to Microsoft Word.
You go. Your MFer is.
Good lead. My Yankee MFer. Where am I going to go? What am I going to see? So what's wrong with taking the back streets? It's tough, man. Because they win a series again. But, we lost. So my Yankee MFer will be... I guess I'm going Stanton.
Sure.
No, I take it back. I'm going Nestor. Screw it.
Wow.
Nestor goes 4.1, 4 earned runs. We had the joke / not a joke at all that the Yankees' bad start for most of the season was 5 innings. 5 innings, 3 earned runs. Nestor now has 2 of these, 4.1, 4 earned. They're 2 of his last 3 starts. I don't know. Interested, not raising a red flag at all. Maybe a light yellow flag, like a hint of yellow.
Most he's pitched. Actually, that's not true. He always played winter ball. So he does. How many innings has he pitched? You can't really even say it because...
Right, it gets tricky with any guy.
But he said he always played winter ball. This was the first time he kind of didn't.
So... yeah, I don't know. I mean, the strikeouts have been down a little bit. The starts of late have been down a little bit. It's still, it's baseball. He can, if he goes out next start and shoves, like, everything still looks fine, better than fine. But, I mean, compared to what he was doing, his last 3 have been a little tougher. He runs into the Paredes show and, the one somewhat fluky homer But like you said, the slider and the cutter, no swings and misses by Tampa, which, I had a couple people in my DMs today saying Tampa was doing funny business. I don't know. Or maybe they saw something or scouted something, but I'll go Nestor. They lost one game. He started it. He got hit a little bit. Damn.
Has Nestor gotten an MFer this season?
Can't imagine he has.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Bruhan.
Dude, Bruhan making those catches.
He could get an MFer, huh?
He is.
Yes.
A CMFer. Making them Sheffield catches out there. Yeah. It's cocky MFer.
Oh.
Get the net. Gallo.
Okay.
Didn't get a hit. 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Last 27 at-bats, he only has 3 hits with 15 strikeouts. Any pitcher that can throw a fastball high, it's just, he is Chris Carter. He is Crush Davis. So, basically, you have a competent pitcher up there that can throw a high fastball. It is like a 1, 2, 3, you're done.
Is that his first MFer?
Gallo? Could be.
Got a knot from Beebs.
Got or not, I think.
It's his 7th.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. He's playing very badly this year. So, a little bit of an easy one.
Okay.
I did something today with Max and Gabe. Yep. The kids said bring up his home run log.
Yep.
Does he have a homer off a name? Felix Bautista is the only one. They were a little shocked with the results of that exercise. They're like, oh, I didn't realize that. It is, that old Yankees take of can't do it against good pitchers or when it matters. Right. It's kind of there. So I'm a little over it.
Seems that way. No pride.
Little over it. Yeah.
Okay.
Couple impactful ones.
Couple of what?
Couple impactful ones, but not against good pitchers.
No. I can't see him in the playoffs. I'd need to have a crazy second half, but against the top pitchers and top relievers, I just think
he'd be there to give a long at bat.
He
Ain't nothing.
Obviously, Joey Gallo has gotten off to a tough start.
Well,
His 7th hole and 9th hole hitting numbers, he only has 1 at bat from the 8th hole. Funny. 14 games from the 7 and 14 games from the 9. He has a 908 OPS from the 7th and an 896 from the 9th.
do the on base or batting average look good in either of those OPSs?
From 7th, 265, 357, 908. From the 9th, 237, 370, 896. So we heard he doesn't like being up in the lineup, which was kind of one of the first red flags.
It was like, if maybe he doesn't like New York then. Because if you don't like pressure in the lineup spot.
The lineup spot. So I'm still holding a piece of my heart open for right fielder Joey Gallo at the end of the lineup.
I find that insane, but I'm happy you have hope.
A little bit until they show me gonna have another choice. I'll stay hopeful, but I understand how you feel the way you feel.
Yeah, it's worse than Chris Carter. I'm just being nicer about it because we have a bigger audience.
He's played good defense in right.
Don't care. We got 3 other guys that can do it. If we lose Joey Gallo as
our
a
center fielder,
sure, but he can slide over. I mean,
right? But
and
he's
Hicks can play. Like, we got
got
4 of those guys. It's not a need. It's not shortstop or center field,
right?
Or catcher, which is rare. Good defense in right field.
It's good.
Could roll the Yankees lineup of dice and you find one. You got Marwin too. I wasn't even thinking about him.
Yeah.
I bet IKF can play good out there.
Hey.
I do.
I don't know if he can.
Neil Walker was all right.
Neil Walker was all right.
I remember that first ball that found him.
Yeah.
He robbed it. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
His first play was he robbed a home run, right? Or like
Well, that's
jumping
first
at the
game.
wall.
Disco Neal.
Jumping at the
game.
wall.
Disco Neal.
Disco Neil Walker. Yeah.
Bring him back. He officially retire?
Yes. Yes.
Damn.
You would have gotten some money if you bet on that.
Mm.
That he's retired.
Well, I bet you're going to be able to guess Jake's next award, and you can go to DraftKings, the app, and you can look up the section called Bet Jake's Next Award, and you can put $1 down, and no matter what happens, you get that $1 back. In fact, don't even do it. Just keep the $1. Jake, tell them what else they can do.
When you're at DraftKings Sportsbook, you can place a lot of bets on a lot of sports, especially the baseball. They're the official MLB partner. You guys probably know that by now. And if you place a bet on any game, $5, you will get $150 in free bets no matter what, win or lose. They got their same game parlays, which team will win, total runs, extra innings, and boom, boom, you have your shot at an even bigger payout. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY. New customers can make any $5 MLB bet and get $150 in free bets no matter what. That's promo code JOHNBOY. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Permission. We're coming up on almost the same amount of games and plate appearances for Carter in 17 and Gallo in 2022. That'll be a fun day for me. I'll lay down a nice comparison.
Love a good player comp.
Right now, Carter, 653 OPS. Gallo, 656. Carter had a higher slugging. Gallo has a higher on base, 291 to 284. Carter hit 201. Gallo's hitting 182. Chris Carter struck out 76 times. Gallo has struck out 75. Mind you, 10 less at-bats. 8 home runs for Carter, 9 for Gallo. 5 doubles for Carter, 4 for Gallo. Same exact thing. My God. How are we doing this? There's no tie. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I know the Yankees are good, and it's not hurting them, but like, oh my God. How is this happening?
Baseball.
Your first award.
Yes. Jimmy, I am going with the Slap in the Base award.
Slap into the base.
Slap in the Base.
Slap in the base. DJ LeMahieu.
Wrong.
Okay.
Jimmy, there's a couple all-time songs that start out with the bass. Come Together by the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
All-time song.
Yep.
Another one, Bites the Dust, Queen, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Yep.
James, there was an important home run to start off this series.
Mm-hmm.
And it was by Anthony Rizzo.
Yep.
Which kind of set the tone for this series, set the tone for that first game, which you talked about how important it is to win that first game.
Well, I stole that thought process from Kay.
Stolen from Michael K.
Yeah.
Rizzo goes lefty on lefty versus McClanahan, one of the toughest lefties in the league. Chokes up on the bat, 2 strikes, fouls 2 pitches off, and then pimps an awesome home run that sets the tone for this series and, James, makes the Cole no-no game a lot more breathable. If Cole is in the no-no and it's a 0-0, you know, that puts even more pressure and more pressure on Cole with each pitch. That home run was huge. It kept the Yankees ahead the whole night. Rays did tie it up later. But throughout those first 7 innings, set the tone for the series, set the tone for the game. Anthony Rizzo.
I love watching him hit.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching Anthony Rizzo hit.
Final statement.
There was a comparison made on the broadcast by Cameron Maben, or maybe it was Michael Kay, that it was like, you see, Anthony Rizzo chokes up on the bat, moves his feet, has a different approach.
Paul O'Neill will tell you,
And
MLB
then
players can do that.
They were saying that during a Gallo at-bat, and then Gallo's not going to do that. He's been honest. He's not going to change his approach. Even though he hasn't been successful for the last year and a half, he has let us know he's not doing anything different. Yet people still sit here and say things might get better when he's telling you he's not changing. So I didn't want to go into that because I got to move past it.
Right.
It's unbelievable. And like, Gallo, change your approach, dude. Try something.
Yeah.
You're on a 150-game streak of being very subpar.
Said the same about Glaber.
Glaber changed.
What did he change?
He stopped taking that big-ass swing early in at-bats and just that is a very difference in approach. Glaber's a much different hitter in the
Swinging
plate.
at more pitches.
Yes, but he's also swinging for contact and going with the pitch. Like, he used to remember he used to swing out of, he used to do like he was doing a Bo Bichette swing, then he was locking in, and we were talking about it a lot, and he's not doing that anymore. Yep. And he lost weight and tightened up his core. Joe said Glaber's got huge hands.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to be that surprised. Like for Joe's to
pass that along.
Yeah, for Joe's to be like, dude, he's got huge hands. It's like, it's got to be something. Yeah. Someone once told you had comically small hands, and I don't even think it's true. That was a rude thing someone said to you once.
Someone did say that.
I think it was just a power move by them, but I don't think it's true.
It was.
Yeah.
The same person power plays me almost every time we see them.
Oh. Wasn't Trev.
No, it wasn't Trev.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
And that's what I'm saying. It wasn't Trev.
I'm talking Yanks. They don't even know who Trevor Plouffe is.
Yeah.
Who's your first award?
My first award is the Time After Time Award.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you fall,
I will catch you. Time after time.
Where are you going? Stantone?
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. Aaron Judge.
That's good.
Just like, he is Mr. Dependable.
I was rewriting my award in my head because I was like, man, Judgy needs an award.
Yes.
So I'm glad you...
I thought Judge and Cole would get prides. Trevi deserves it. But my God, Judge.
Yeah.
Like the most dependable guy. I mean, even that pinch hit, cold off the bench, puts one to the wall. It's like, Jesus Christ. He's a cheat code.
Yeah.
And it's just so constant.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So
he got God in the bases loaded at bat, and we were all like,
wow,
confused.
Yeah, that's wrong.
What? That's not how this works.
27 home runs now. How many games until the All-Star break? Good amount, right? He had 33 at the break, I believe. It was 30 or 33 at the break, 2017. And I want to reiterate, I've said this a bunch. In 2017, he started the season in the 8-hole, slowly worked his way up to 7-hole. People thought he was like Aristides Aquino for a little bit, and just not like, a real talent, just a masher. And they were trying to beat him with fastballs, and he wasn't pitch. He is the number one game plan for pitchers now.
Yes.
They look at, okay, we're playing the Yankees. How am I going to get Judge out? And that's how if they're studying the lineup, they probably put 30% of their energy into him, and then Stanton, Rizzo, DJ. And it's
not working.
Better than 2017. And it's so impressive.
Yeah.
And it's time after time.
My quick, probably not good count. I think I have 25 games until the break. Feels high.
does feel high.
23rd All-Star break is
3
what, the
weeks.
17th?
23 games says
3.5
antivirus.
Okay.
Antivirus.
Feo agrees, so I'll defer to them.
23 more games?
I guess All-Star break's a little late this year.
How many games has Judge played? Like, what's his home run per game?
It's like Homer pace.
Yeah. Because
Let me just go to danrourke.com.
25 homers.
7.
He's played 66 games, but he hasn't started 66 games.
That's a good point.
I can find it.
He started most of those.
Yeah, he's only pinch hit twice. So 64 starts and 25 home runs. So every
65 and 27 now.
Oh, okay. Shit.
He's on a 63 homer pace, according to danrourke.com.
So every 2.4 games, he's hitting a homer.
It's pretty good.
So 23 divided by 2.4
Call it
is
24.
9.5. So 27 plus 9 is 36. So we're looking at a 36 pace at All-Star break. Now, if I set the over-under at 35, are you going to, or 34 and a half, are you going to take the over or the under? 34 and a half home runs for Judge by the All-Star break. Over, under.
Over.
All right. Now, what do you think he ends the season on? 60, over, under 60. Are you still saying safe bets under?
I mean, that's where I will show that this is Talking Yanks, and I still have a little bit of normal brain in me. Under 60.
Okay.
But like 55, I think I'm over.
All right.
Which that's an
great.
amazing baseball season.
Yeah. Okay.
2017 was 52.
And there's
And there's what?
there's a chance 60s. My under on 60 could not be right. That's
Okay.
how good. That's how good he looks.
Yeah. And he made changes at the plate that are working.
I mean, he just
Hit home runs.
kind of slumped. And he's back.
You think you could pitch to him in blitzball?
Yeah, easily.
Cool.
I'm different.
I don't think he's hit one yet.
Your next award?
James, my next award is one of your favorite things in the world. It's the Invisible Ink Award.
Dude, for how much I love Invisible Ink, I don't use it enough in my life.
Yeah, we'll get you some.
We need to get some Invisible Ink. Like
Get you some.
Invisible Ink. Sounds fun. Write a note. How to write a note to people in the office. Have them trying to figure it out. When they finally get it, it just says, did it work?
Did you figure it out?
Invisible Ink Award. Invisible Ink Award. I'm going to give the Invisible Ink Award. There's one guy I don't want you to be giving it to, so I'm not going to guess his name. So instead, I'm going to guess...
Why don't you guess his name and it's a good teaser if it's not right?
No, because then you'll guess my award, and I'm winning the correct guesses so far this year. Yeah. I've been tracking that.
BBD said false.
He just said he doesn't track that.
Right.
I track it.
So
We're not in the guest track
track
era.
I have myself winning. I'm up 4.
Yeah, but everyone knows you're bad at tracking things. You couldn't catch an animal if you tried.
I can catch an animal.
4-legged animal?
Yeah.
You're going to give this award to Wandy.
James. There was something in award name that could have given this away, and after all our Gallo beef, all the comments are like, you guys are buddies, chill out. James, there's something I often reference in Brian Cashman's office.
Yes. His chart.
It's his dry erase boards.
Yeah.
That have the 2022 Yankees, they have potential 23, they have the 2028 Yankees.
Can we just make our own?
Yeah, easily.
Like, our office has the Yankee schedule, same as probably his.
Yeah. James, Brian Cashman, he has a big meeting with, all the guys on the Yankees, all the decision makers. And then he he's like, all right, good meeting, guys. Everyone leaves except he's like, Booney, why don't you stick behind? Why don't you stick behind, Booney, and actually hit the lights while you're over there?
And this is the real plan. Do you think they make invisible ink boards, like whiteboards?
Aaron Boone hits the lights. The lights go out. And illuminated is a baseball field that says secret third option for the New York Yankees. And there at shortstop is Gleyber Torres. We saw Gleyber Torres make an appearance recently in the 9th inning of a game where I said, hey,
it's dangerous.
9th inning, Gleyber Torres, when you're behind and you're doing your kitchen sink to try to win, kind of makes sense, right? Gleyber Torres gets a start at shortstop for the New York Yankees, which in our preseason over-under, I forget what the number was. I want to say it was like 8.5 of how many games Gleyber Torres will play at shortstop this year after a pretty tough year last year at shortstop. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Gleyber makes a couple solid plays, nothing crazy, nothing highlight. Also nothing bad, which, James, a popular discussion around this office, around Yankee land, has been the shortstop position. We mentioned Gleyber Torres looks in a lot better shape this year. Defensively, offensively, running the bases.
And those big hands.
I've been a Peraza guy. I'd love to see what the kid's got this year, but any rookie in baseball is kind of nothing. Spencer Torkelson, the 1-1 pick for the Tigers, go look up the kid's stats. He's having an El Brutal year. If we enter the postseason, maybe we trade for that other outfielder. And that's a spot. And then shortstop, who knows? I don't know if it's a break glass in case of emergency. I don't know if injury happens somewhere and what it looks like. Gleyber Torres' defense has looked improved this year. I don't know what that means at the shortstop position. And we've had conversations ad nauseum that it seemed like he's not cut out for it. Still 25. If he has actually gotten in better shape, that they're talking about on the broadcast. It's not just us yucking it up on Talkin Yanks. And he can play that position at a slightly higher level. And one of our better death lineups would have him at short, DJ at second, and Donaldson at third, with whatever's going on in the outfield. I don't know. But it's an invisible ink. I obviously don't really believe in it, but I wanted to bring it to the forefront because I think it's a fun combo.
I'm scared of the combo.
Obviously. It's a scary convo. That's why, especially in the dark, because that's the only thing lit up.
If Kiner goes down again for a couple games,
right?
I'd be okay with seeing one game. Okay. Where before this stretch, I'd say absolutely not.
Right.
But my main issue is Gleyber's sitting too much.
Right.
And that's not good. Because Gleyber he should be getting all-star votes for second base. And he should be playing more than IKF. And I think objectively everyone, like even people that aren't as brutal on Izzy as we are, can admit that Gleyber should be getting at bats over him.
Right.
Like that's an objective take, right?
Yes.
I mean, he's got 13 homers on the year. He's more than Stanton. He's got an 828 OPS. He's got a 263 batting average. I mean, Gleyber should be getting more starts. So if that's a way to test it out, I'll see it. Now, this is a big pivot for me because I've been on this show screaming, absolutely no. Absolutely no.
Gleyber has arguably been the third best hitter on the Yankees this year.
Yes. And he still, because of the way it's organized, will sit sometimes. Right. And I don't like that. So, all right.
It's an invisible ink. I'm not printing it and putting it on the desk. It's in invisible ink.
Did he sit today?
Yes,
Yeah.
because they went Carpenter.
That's his 6th time sitting in the month of June. There's 4 or 5 weeks in a month.
Yeah.
So we're talking once a week. Which, whatever, I get it. But he's 25. He's in shape. He's hitting. He's one of our best players. I mean, that's more than... Who are the other hitters that are good? DJ Judge, Rizzo. He's sitting more than them. When he plays, he's our 5th hitter.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah. Can you do like, it's Baseball Reference do at bats by month? Like, yeah, you just do like the Yankees team splits, right?
What splits these?
The team batting splits. Like, I'm trying to see like how many in like this month of June. If I go to team splits and I click June on the Yankees page, if I click that, it should list all the players' stats. No?
Maybe.
Just see who has more at bats than him.
Team player at bats in June.
Yeah. Sometimes you can toggle it open and then like it sorts it by
Right.
by player.
A month.
It's looking like that's not an option right now.
I'll see what I can find. But I didn't steal your last award.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, that's huge.
Yeah, and actually my last award is going to go to 2 players. So, if you took one of them, I could have just kept going the other one. And they don't have like, you would never combine
So
these
it
guys.
didn't matter.
No, I thought you might be taking one of the guys.
Right. But you said you still could have taken the other one.
But I want to give it to both.
You know what?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Throw in a third guy. Give me another guy in the award.
It is a pattern here.
Give me a third guy.
Let me see if there's a third guy that fits. I genuinely don't think there is.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't think there is.
Okay. Fine.
You might be able to add one.
I'll see if I can add one.
Curious.
I'll
Yeah.
see if I can add one.
It's the Girls Just Want to Have Fun award.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Cindy. Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun. Who is it? King and Holmes?
Neither of them.
Okay.
Neither of them.
Okay.
Both of those guesses are wrong. 0 for 2. Gallo stat line tonight.
2 nice walks.
I said you wouldn't pair them naturally.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I
Yeah.
thought they were paired.
No, I'm pairing them. You wouldn't pair them
I already
naturally.
gave my guesses. Losing interest. What do you got?
Ron Marinaccio
Okay.
and Marwin Gonzalez.
Yeah, they don't know each other.
Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I want to be the one to walk in the sun. Girls just want to have fun. Ron Marinaccio's great. He's pitching well.
Okay.
He pitched 2 scoreless innings this series. I think his numbers on the season now are good. When you go to his Baseball Reference and you look at his how to pronounce his name, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Marinaccio.
Marinaccio. Joe's rolls the R's. It sounds pretty cool.
Marinaccio? Like that? Marinaccio?
I think he rolls the R's and he hits the C's softer. So Marinaccio.
Marinaccio. Okay, so in his last 9 outings, 12 innings, 1 hit.
Yeah.
His changeup has really good numbers.
Yeah.
Marinaccio has a 0.87 expected batting average against on his changeup. The actual batting average is 0.45. Slugging, 0.91. He's given up 1 hit on his changeup. And he throws it to both sides of the plate. He's thrown 98 changeups. He's thrown 49 to righties, 49 to lefties.
Throw that good pitch.
Throw that one good pitch. So let's stop acting like he's a guy that might get sent down. Like when they were, and I don't know, did they make their move yet? Did they send someone down?
I haven't seen it.
I hope it's not Marinaccio. I mean, this kid's been doing it.
Yeah.
And the stuff looks gross sometimes. Like, it passes the sniff test of, like, that's good stuff. It's not like, well, I'm watching, like, Weber out there, and I'm like, how's this happening?
Right.
So that's the one side of the ball. And the other side is Marwin Gonzalez, dude. We were stumbling into the stat of, I said, I think when he starts,
Like he gets a full start.
when he gets a full start, which I'm counting at 3 at-bats in a game, he's been good comparatively.
Right.
And with the home run and another couple starts, we crunched the numbers. Hoodie Glaber helped me out on this. A 268 batting average, 311 on base, 437 slugging. That's a 748 OPS. That's way above the average right now. And it's a 108 OPS plus. And he can play every defensive position. So his offensive numbers are being brought down when he just gets 1 at-bat a game cold off the bench and a defensive replacement. So I don't know, man. These guys are getting a little hidden, a little stash. And, let's stop hiding them from the world.
Marwin, man. I mean, the funny thing is when Booney hits the light in Cashman's room, every other name on the board
Is Marwin.
is Marwin.
Yeah. He's the backup at every position.
It's unreal. The people here have heard me swoon about it. It truly is unreal how smooth the defense he plays at all positions. Shortstop, as this season develops, he's in the boat there. The switch, being able to switch it and hit even at a league average ability while playing every defensive position, I laugh every now and then, Jim. Normally I'm the one joking.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of an early Talkin' Yanks episode, I think I laid it out, and I think you buried it home, that him and DJ both kind of disrespect each other. Like, Marwin's not super impressed by DJ's just pure hit tool. He's like, okay, dude.
I disagree.
You play second and third, you can hit. DJ's like, Marwin, you play every position.
I think they scoff. I think they're shower buddies, and they scoff at the rest of the team.
Oh, so they're out.
I think DJ only talks to Marwin.
Oh, you're absolutely right. But it's still with the first part, too. Like, they have, it's kind of like
a rivalry.
High school rivals.
Frenemies.
But they come together when they look at everyone
else.
Come
together. Right now.
Like, they,
Over me.
Yeah. Good bass.
Good bass, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. That wasn't great.
No, that was all right. It's a C++.
Turned into a little Weezer.
Okay.
Because I sing that to Zach all day.
So there you go.
Okay.
That's my award. Thanks for allowing it.
Do you think Marinaccio's hot?
No. I think your vampire tweet was like right on.
It's an interesting conversation.
He will be. He needs to figure something out.
I think so too. I think he's a step away.
Yeah. That's a different hair or beard or like he might look good with Orlando Bloom mustache action.
For a late
night, you should try that out.
For a late night tweet about a depth Yankees reliever, I was surprised how much traction it got because apparently it's a popular topic. I mean, some people like the vampire look. 482 likes on that tweet. I
liked it from my 10 accounts.
I know we talked about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's won the 50-50 raffle.
I think the Rays rigged it, knowing that Joe's was there and he would tweet about it. But only 51% of me believes that. Because I don't know if they can do that. I don't know if they know his numbers.
And some of the money goes to charity, so, I mean, I guess the same amount goes to charity anyway, so you might as well get a little pub.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know it went to charity. Now I know. And now everyone that listens to this knows. Who's the guy on the Angels that looks like Syndergaard but isn't? That everyone keeps tweeting pictures of both of them.
Lorenzen? He's kind of got that kind of look going.
No, I mean, I don't think that's. No, I know what Lorenzen looks like. It's not Lorenzen. That's not Lorenzen.
I don't know.
This from a different game they posted this. They're sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
Chat, who is it? And I no one in the replies actually, we just posted on Talking Base. No one actually in the replies actually like said who the other guy was.
Do they just call up a new guy? Like I see the name David McKinnon on their team. He's kind of
Yes, that's who it is.
Okay.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
David McKinnon.
30-second round draft pick. Not familiar with him.
Little tough for Syndergaard. Like you kind of be like, yo, Rook.
Yeah.
You look just like me. And that's kind of not cool.
You're going to have to mix it up.
Now, this is a guy
who
found a look. Like, this is what you show. He went to UHart. I was schoolmates with him. How old is he? Like, this is a guy. Look at this picture of him.
Yeah.
That's Marinaccio now isn't that bad.
Glowed up.
But again, it's like you just need to find a look. Like, this is Marinaccio's rookie season.
Yeah.
So Trev loves the MLB glow up. So if Ron Marinaccio's with us or in the big leagues in 2 years, he looks different. But I do think him and Laza both have vampire vibes.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Johnny can come back then.
Looks good.
They can vamp it up.
Yeah.
Revamp the bullpen.
All right, that's it. Judges arbitration is coming up. We got a 4-game set against the Houston Astros. Yeah.
Huge hit by Aaron Hicks in game 1.
Yeah, we did a lot of love.
We did it at the time, but it deserves a little fist bump now. Donaldson's tag today was cool, blocking the base. He had the hit to extend the rally the other day. He needs to still let go.
Did a video about the Hicks recent resurgence on the SF.
Yeah.
Believe it's live.
And if you're still listening right now, on Tuesday, and we'll remind you a lot as we go, Jake and I will be in the studios in Stanford at Yes Network hosting the batting practice show on linear, on TV.
Whoops.
And then when the game starts, you can put the game on, and Jake and I will be, I know we're not doing like play-by-play and commentary, but we will be watching the game and chatting, and maybe we do some play-by-play as a joke or hang out. You've seen, if you've ever watched the Watch Along, it's going to be that, but you don't have to do 2 screens. You can just watch. It's Manningcast. You just watch us.
We're going to have fun. We talked to Yes Network today, and they gave us a thumbs up on being our crazy Yankee fan stuff. Their words, not mine.
Yeah. They said we couldn't say words like shit. And we said, that's fine.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I don't even like that word.
Really?
Ships.
Wrong word.
Should we just do that the whole time?
I shipped my pants.
Just say all the words right around cuss words. See how long it takes to pull the plug.
Yeah. Okay, I love you guys. Goodbye. Thank you very much for listening. That's the end of the show, right?
Yeah, let's go to bed.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.